Welcome to Cravings Control for Fat Loss. I'm your host, Laura Cavallo, former sugar binger, overeater, and yo-yo dieter turned fat loss and cravings coach for hundreds of busy women. Here at Cravings Control for Fat Loss, I'll be sharing mindset, movement, and metabolism strategies for those who are ready to ditch the fat diet cycle and slim down without counting calories, tracking points, or giving up any of the foods they love. Get ready to embrace progress over perfection, grace over guilt, and bring curiosity and learning to the inevitable ups and downs of your life. Expect a decrease in your cravings while seeing and feeling an improvement in how you look, how you feel, and your overall quality of life. I am so excited you're here, boo. Let's get started. Welcome to another episode of Cravings Control for Fat Loss. My name is Laura Cavallo, your cravings coach, and today I'm really excited to share 5 habits for guaranteed cravings success. Now, what does this mean? Over the last not only 3 years working specifically in the cravings community, but almost the last 10 years being in the fitness and nutrition space, and over 15 years of being in athletics and coaching, I have worked with hundreds of women, both one-on-one and throughout my cravings coaching programs. And I have observed some commonalities amongst my clients and also women in the community that have had success when it comes to lasting cravings control. And so I want to share what those commonalities are, okay? I know I said habits, but these commonalities can also be routines that these women have, their values that they approach and maintain when it comes to their food relationship, beliefs that they have either about themselves or their success. And so I want to just pull back the curtain, and I want to really just empower you to see what it takes to have lasting cravings control, to help you stop overeating, to help you reduce intense hunger, and really just move to a place of more confidence, more control, a healthier lifestyle, more flexible and robust metabolism, a healthier relationship with food, and just live your best fucking life, right? Because if you are anything like me or these women that I've helped, like, you have probably been stuck in either the all or nothing dieting mindset, right? Restricting, eliminating, fat dieting, not being happy with your body, thinking that in order to feel valuable and worthy, then you need to be in a smaller body, or you need to have a thigh gap, or you need to have abs, or you need to be super fit and muscular. And I just want you to know that even if you were to achieve those things, you probably still wouldn't feel fulfilled. But more than that, you are worthy beyond your looks, your aesthetics, and that true happiness and fulfillment and empowerment comes from having a healthier relationship with food, a healthier relationship with your body, living a lifestyle of nourishing your body, your mind, and feeling just like a fucking badass. And that's my goal for you. So I kind of just went on a rampage right there, just verbal diarrhea on everything. But I just really want you to be on the other side of this, especially if you struggle with, like I said, the constant cravings, the emotional eating, the stress snacking, the insatiable hunger, the mindless eating. I want you to be on the other side of that. And so I want to give you these 5 habits for guaranteed craving success. And this is really to get you to see and to open up your mind to maybe doing things a bit differently than maybe you have in the past, or maybe you've been conditioned to do, or you thought you had to do to restrict or eliminate or control cravings. And I want to be super transparent and honest. I've realized that there is a lot of noise in the space, and it can be hard to know who to trust or the right thing to do. And I want you to just bring a critical eye to some of the things that you consume and to some of the things that you believe and you try, okay? programs like Weight Watchers and Octavia and Arbonne and Noom and Whole30, they have so much money and so much marketing dollars to get right in front of you to make you believe that that is the right way. And, for me, I didn't realize that it wasn't the right way until I tried it for so long. And then I was like, okay, well, this isn't fucking working. So I'm still stressed. I'm still anxious. Every bite of food causes me anxiety. I'm binging at least once a month where I am just like, cannot control myself. Like, I cannot keep going like this. So that's how I learned that those programs weren't working for me. And I wish that someone had been this voice of reason, like, I am trying to be for you. And I wish someone had told me, find something that fits with your lifestyle. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can still have wine and chocolate during the week and get up and exercise and be a badass. And actually, that is what happened. I connected to my coach, my business coach, who was talking about nutrition, Jill Coleman. And she's really the one that opened my eyes to a more moderate way of eating. And I was like, oh shit, she's got something here. And so I hope to be that person for you. And so here are some common habits, routines, values, and beliefs held by my most successful Cravings clients. The first habit that my Cravings clients maintain and do daily is they observe. They are aware and they are mindful. They observe how food makes them feel. They ask themselves questions. Why am I craving? What's going on? Did I sleep last night? Am I stressed? Did I eat today? They take a second to pause. They take a second to ask themselves questions instead of going through the motions. Now, this is a learned practice. This isn't something that you just get up one day and you're really good at doing, especially if you've been in the fad dieting world, you've been going through the motions, you're on autopilot, you're just like, tell me what to do. So being mindful, observing, being in the moment is a really powerful tool because A, it gives you that pause, but B, you start to understand that there's causes and reasons why you're craving or why you're overeating or why you're super hungry versus just assuming that you have no willpower or you're a bad person or you need to be stronger or something's wrong with you. Okay, because 9 times out of 10, that is rarely the case. I want to say 10 out of 10, but you always have to leave a little wiggle room. Okay. I distinctly remember being in my apartment in Los Angeles. I had just gone and picked up some Mediterranean food. I got the chicken, the hummus, I got the rice, I got the French fries, I got the baklava. And then I went to Trader Joe's and I picked up my favorite dessert, the Trader Joe's Cowboy Bark, which is dark chocolate, pretzels, caramel. And I knew what I was going home to do. I knew I was going home to overeat, to binge out, and to do it in private. And I did it. And I was on autopilot. And it was because what I did every month. And I ate my food and I was full. And I was like, well, we've got this chocolate here that I'm obsessing about. And so I ate that. And I ate 1,200 calories of dark chocolate caramel salted goodness in less than 2 hours. And I felt like throwing up. I felt really sick. I felt really nauseous. And I was not observing how food made me feel. But this was my turning point. This was my aha moment because after I ate that chocolate, I was still craving sugar and I had cereal. And so I started pouring myself a bowl of cereal and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I literally just ate probably 2,000 calories in the last 3 to 4 hours. Like, how am I fucking hungry right now? And I felt like a freak of nature. I was like, who am I? How can I be doing this to myself? If anyone saw me right now, I would be so embarrassed. And like, I feel so alone. I feel helpless. I'm getting emotional thinking about this because like I remember at that time just feeling like there was no way out. Just like, oh my God, this is going to be my life for the rest of my life. And I felt just like helpless and hopeless. And so I know what it feels like for you. If you've been on that autopilot and that negative self-talk. But observing and becoming more mindful and asking yourself the why puts you back in the driver's seat. And then you realize that there is a why to your cravings. It's not that you're a freak. And then the weight is lifted off your shoulders. So that's the first habit for guaranteed craving success, is observing, being mindful, bringing awareness to your eating, to your diet, to your habits. And the second habit for guaranteed craving success is leading with Satisfull Plates for all 3 of your main meals per day. And notice I said 3 main meals, and we'll talk about that at number 5. Leading with Satisfull Plates. Okay. Satisfull Plates is your North Star. This is a way of building your plates so that you can prime your metabolism for sustainable fat loss, if that's one of your goals, as well as nourishing your body to the max with lean and detox foods. You feel the fucking best on Satisfull Plates because you're getting protein forward foods, you're getting detox foods, you're getting vitamins, nutrients, fiber. You're filling up on whole foods. And then you're sprinkling in some of that fucking yum yum, some of that crave that you know is going to make you feel satisfied. This isn't about denying yourself of cravings. This is about honoring your cravings, because guess what? You're a fucking human being and you are always going to have cravings. Cravings are not going anywhere. So we need to learn how to honor those in a satisful way. Satisfull Plates is a perfect setup. You feel satisfied, you feel nourished, you feel full for the least amount of calories, you feel in the driver's seat, you feel empowered, and you have that flexibility that you need. Which brings me to habit number 3. And this is more of a value system, but this is leading with flexibility and grace throughout your nutrition journey, throughout your cravings journey, throughout your fat loss journey. And I have to admit that fad dieting, yo-yo dieting, elimination diets do not allow for flexibility and so much grace. It's really about trying to follow the rules to the T, being quote unquote perfect, not deviating. And so when you've done protocols like that for so long, it can be really hard to allow yourself to be flexible and allow yourself to be gracious, because you think that the only way to get results is to be super dialed in with every meal. Everything has to be perfect. You have to follow the exact macro plan. You have to have the right amount of points per day. You have to eat within the certain fasting window, right? You have to eat only foods that are on the green list and not on the red list, right? Those programs and protocols and diet plans don't teach you that it's okay to be flexible. They don't teach you that it's okay to be graceful. But I am telling you right now that this is probably one of the biggest mindset shifts that have helped our clients with lasting cravings control and sustainable fat loss. Because you have to be honest with yourself. Your life has to be flexible. You have to be gracious with things that come through your life. Our life is not super predictable, right? For some people it is at certain parts of the year, but things happen. People get sick. People go on vacation. You go out to restaurants. You go to ball games. You go to events. Like, you need to remain flexible in these scenarios. And this is a big shift that a lot of our cravings clients have made, is instead of trying to control every meal, control every bite, they're like, okay, let me use Satisfull Plates to create a little bit more of this flexibility. Let me have a little bit more grace with myself. Okay, like, I wasn't perfect last night, right? I maybe had like 2 more beers than I wanted to, but like, I can start over with Satisfull Plates this morning. Like, I could do something that's really filling and nourishing and tasty. Don't have to deprive myself. And then you move the fuck on. you move the fuck on, right? Because one meal, 1 week, 1 month out of your fucking lifetime is not really that big of a deal. Trust me. Trust me. The fourth habit for guaranteed craving success is learning how to work with your cravings and not deny or work against your cravings, right? And I think we see a lot of stuff in social media like suppress your cravings, control your cravings, eliminate cravings, get rid of cravings. And that's just not realistic. It's not true, right? Your cravings are not going to go anywhere. As long as you're a human, as long as you're a living, breathing human being, you will have cravings, because cravings don't just happen for no reason. They happen for a variety of reasons, including your environment or your hormones or certain habits that you've built over time. So if you learn to be like, okay, like, why am I craving? What's going on? You can actually learn to work with it instead of against it. Okay. And when you use Satisfull Plates to help stabilize hunger and cravings throughout the day, you are in a much better headspace to slow down and ask yourself, what's going on with my cravings? Some craving strategies that we do use are things like crave and go, sip slow, 80-20 continuum, if then habits. These are all craving strategies that I teach in the Cravings Code, which is my 6-week one-on-one coaching program. But these are tools that you can use to work with your cravings instead of deny, restrict, restrict, restrict. And then the last habit for guaranteed craving success is eating consistent meals throughout the day. Now, I know this sounds like, all right, doesn't sound like that monumental, Laura. But ask yourself, if you've been someone that has struggled with cravings, are you showing up to your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner eating your meals in a way that is filling and fulfilling? And I would bet that you are not. Most of us are either skipping breakfast or under eating. Same thing with lunch. We're doing like salads or smaller meals or to-go food, takeout food, or fast food. And then we're saving all of our calories from 5 p.m. onward. So this is really when overeating can happen, is when we are not eating consistently throughout the day. And then when you overeat, it can trigger more cravings, and you're going to have a tendency to go for more convenience foods like pretzels and crackers and the cheese in the fridge. You're not going to want to sit and cook yourself a meal. Okay. And so when you are striving for craving success, you want to think about having an actual meal for breakfast, not a protein bar or, a banana. You're skipping out on breakfast calories there that you are going to end up eating later on in the day anyway. So why don't you just have them earlier in the day? And then you can actually use those calories and that food in your stomach for energy throughout the day instead of getting hangry or being irritable or trying to suppress your appetite with caffeine. Okay. So those are 5 habits for guaranteed craving success. And I'm going to add another one. And this is really more of the umbrella in which all of these habits and values and beliefs fall under. And that is shifting your mindset away from a quick fix diet, a quick fix program, quick fix fat loss, quick weight loss, to more of a lifestyle approach to your health. When you start to focus on healthy habits that lead to a healthier lifestyle on a daily basis, things like improving your sleep, reducing stress, eating satisful meals, moving consistently, your cravings will naturally subside and become more balanced. And you will get out of the mindset that you need to be in a rush to do things. And you'll get out of the mindset that this is temporary. A lot of my clients have come in solely for fat loss and help with cravings. But what they've gotten is a shift towards a lifestyle approach to their health, to their cravings, and a much better relationship with food. So if you can start to consider some of these habits, consider some of these values, start to wrap your brain around them, start to consider how can you fit these into your life? How can you start to make some personal shifts? I guarantee that you will have more success with your cravings for the long term. For the long term. So I'd love to know what you thought of this episode. I know I kind of got emotional in there. I went on a little tangent in the beginning. But it's just because I love what I do and I just love helping you. So thank you for being here. I'd love your feedback on this episode, and I will talk to you soon.